In the Reporting Ukraine guide at the Lviv Media Forum website, you can find a list of the 18 restrictions based on Order Number 73 and martial law that apply to journalists while they're covering war events here. So just to cite some examples, you can't name the soldiers, you can't reveal their actual names or the names of military units or the effectiveness of or not of their special equipment, especially if it's equipment that has been donated or provided by foreign partners. You can't reveal the location of combat units, even by implying that it is located, the military unit is located near such and such village. So this is the kind of restrictions that you have to take a close look at. Go through that list of 18 points, make sure you understand them. Make sure you also understand that some of them need to be contextualized. So for example, when we're talking about critical infrastructure, does that mean railroad networks? Does that mean a railroad station? There have been cases in which Russian forces have deliberately targeted railway stations where people were being evacuated. So you don't want to take video footage of a railway station or another kind of like transportation network. So Order Number 73 by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine is not only about how to obtain press accreditation for journalists, and it's not only about the restrictions that apply under martial law, it also creates 3 different zones where journalists can work in Ukraine. They're the green zones where you don't need a public affairs person to come with you or somebody designated by the military commander to come with you to report. The yellow zones are areas where you must be accompanied by a public affairs person or designated official along a pre-approved itinerary. Now, the third category is what you would call a no-go zone. It's the red zones. These are active combat areas, and you must be accompanied by a public affairs person or by somebody designated by the military commander in the area where you're reporting along a pre-approved itinerary. And in addition to that, any data that you have, any footage, photographs, video, sound recordings must be reviewed by the relevant, by the designated official to make sure that the content doesn't have any material that might jeopardize national security or the lives of military personnel. For example, this is Olena, a neighbor on Konovaltsa Street in the city of Lviv, explaining the Russian overnight attack with a combination of drones and missiles that killed 7 people, injured 53, and damaged 50 buildings on September 4, 2024. Olena explained how a missile had landed in the courtyard and impacted on the surrounding apartments. In Building 44A, a mother and 3 daughters were killed along with 3 neighbors who were standing in the stairwell. The only survivor was the father of the family. In this case, the Armed Forces of Ukraine published the news on their website, citing the Telegram channel of Mayor Andrei Sadovy and the emergency rescue services. The army added that the drones and missiles had targeted the area near the main train station. The next day, they reported that military technicians from the Ukrainian Air Force had tracked 42 air targets the night of September 4th, including 2 hypersonic Kinzhal ballistic missiles launched from a MiG-31 aircraft that had taken off from the airspace in Tula region in Russia. However, the army did not disclose the type of missile that struck Konovaltsa Street, killing the family and 3 neighbors. Therefore, we can assume that that information remains confidential and should not be made public.
Так.
То звітом ви побачите, як той будинок виглядає,
Ага.
що там нема шкла вже.
Ага.